Hey guys, it's D's Village. What's happening? How are you doing? What shall I talk about today? Does it matter if you come to Africa, Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, wherever it is on the African continent, as somebody that was born outside Africa and eventually end up returning to your country of birth? Does it matter? Because many people will see that as a failure. They will say, oh, these people or that person or that family, that individual, they packed up their bags and they told everybody, yes, we're going to Africa, we're going to live, we're going to stay there, you know, go to school, go to work, be entrepreneurial, and all those things, depending on your family size or your family dynamics. What would happen in the age group of the persons that have packed up all their kit bag, for want of a better word. So, you know, does it matter? You know, you could argue that, okay, people will pack up their kit bag and all their belongings, and some people will put them in storage, some people will rent their house, some people will sell their house. Does it matter? Does it matter the fact that somebody's done those things and then they return? So let's use an example. I'm currently here in Gambia, West Africa, and at this particular moment in time I haven't packed up my house. I've just come for a long period to see whether Gambia is somewhere I could live on a permanent basis. So for me, I've been here 8 months. Is that an adequate amount of time to make a decision of whether it's a yay or a nay? Or is it a go back and forth? What is it going to be? I mean, for me, I don't think there has to be any hard and fast rules. I don't think it matters. This is my personal view. If people come and say they're going to stay and they don't. Because either which way, that will be, excuse me, those individuals, that family, that unit will have had an experience that they can look back on, an experience that will impress upon their journey, and experiences that will go down in history for that particular family. So, you know, they could be talking to their own children or their grandchildren or the great-grandchildren and say, when I was in Africa, when I was in Gambia, I saw this, I noticed that, we did that, this is how that functioned there, this is what I liked about that particular place, this is what I liked about the culture. So for me, if you go to wherever it is, but let's say the Gambia, and you return back to return back to England and never set foot back in Gambia again, and you've been here for 6 months, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever period of time that happens to be, kudos to you. Kudos to you for actually saying that's what I wanted to do, that's what I'm going to do, and that's a journey that you embarked on. Because many people will just talk about it. Many people will talk about it and never ever do anything about it. They won't even, some of them won't have a passport, some of them won't have a visa, some of them won't work out which accommodation they're going to stay in. Some people won't even look at the flights, but they'll be there saying, yes, yes, I'm making my Africa plan. I'm making my Africa plan. One day I'm going to live in Africa. You know, and it's not a criticism, it's just a conversation. Because some people's Africa plan spans over anywhere between 1 and 15 years, because it will depend on what age group they are, if they have children, if they don't have children, if they have a career, they don't have a career, if they're entrepreneurial. It will depend on a whole stash and bunch of things. So I'm just trying to have that rational thought process and considering whether it matters or not. And I think I've already jumped to that and saying I don't think it matters. I think kudos for those that have tried, kudos that have gone, and a tale or stories to tell. It doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that you failed. it could be that it wasn't the right time for you. It wasn't the right time for that journey for you. It could be that you didn't plan sufficiently with your finances. It could be for health reasons. It could be for somebody else's health reasons that you've gone back. To me, it doesn't matter. I would just say every day that you spend on the African continent is a bonus. Every day you spend on the African continent is a bonus. You've tried to get something together and gather yourself to try and make some roots in a new place, perhaps where you don't know anybody, you don't have any friends or family. So I think I would say it's a job well done, the fact that you've even done that. So that's what I want to say on that matter. If you come and you manage to last, let's just say 3 years, pick that out of the sky, that's great. That's absolutely great, because many people will live in different places across the world. They go to one place and think, I don't like that as much as I thought I would. Let me move on to somewhere else. There's absolutely nothing the matter with that either. You can say, okay, my plan was to start off in Gambia, but now I'm moving onward and forward to X. You go from X to Y. Does it matter if you say you are coming to Africa and you don't stay? Because many people will never, ever, ever get as far as getting their passport. Because photographs, passports, signatories, visas, time off from work are all a challenge. So by the time you've battled all of that out, and then also your workplace will give you 1 week, and you think, well, what can I do in a week? You can't do much. But however, at least within that week you've come to visit, you've seen something. It will enhance your taste buds for that ability to travel further, to go to another country, to come back and take it from there. So for me, I don't think it matters if you come wherever it is and you don't stay. I don't think it matters. So it's been D@D's Village. Peace out, Kairo. It takes a village, and change is a beautiful process. So embrace that change. And along with that change will come challenges. Rise to them, rise above them, and knock them down. My God.